Moana, and welcome to another episode of Fast Forward 20 Manaiakalani podcast. On today's episode, we have the incredible Havea Pamaka. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't know about incredible, but jeez.
But yeah, a GI local, came through Point England and Tamaki College. But yeah, great to have you on the show. Thanks heaps, brother.
No, I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite, man.
But
Glad
yeah.
I made the cut.
Looking back now, can you tell our listeners like a little bit about your childhood and like what school was like growing up?
Yeah. I mean, this is going right back. So childhood-wise, I mean, we've always been east from the earliest days I can remember. I was one of the foundational kids at Te Aho, across from Point England shops.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going way back. So that's when
a throwback.
Yeah. So
Still going hard, still
going hard. Yeah, my sisters went there, so we've come up through there, and then went Point England. And then from there I went to broke the mold a bit and went out to Bucklands Beach Intermediate.
Okay.
So had a bit of a break from the hood there, and then came back and went to Tamaki. So I went to Tamaki for high school. So always been in the neighbourhood. Grew up, and always been ingrained. Mum's been an integral part of Tamaki College. She's been there since I was born, bro. So.
Oh, she's
Shout
out, Mrs. Pamaka.
Yeah. So we always growing up.
I didn't realise that she's been there for that long.
That long, bro. That long. Yeah, I know. The grey hair showing.
Yeah, it is.
I do consider it special being a part of the hood and having been through. Right from kindy, I can actually say right from kindy, being through the system out here. So, yeah, man.
Ah, mean.
Yeah.
Cool. So you go to Bucklands Beach, and then you come back to Tamaki. Did you go right through Tamaki? Did you finish?
Yes.
Right through the year 13?
Yep. Form 3 through to Form 7, or year 9 to 13.
Yep. And then, so what did life look like for you after you finished school? Like, what happened then?
Yeah. So, I mean, as with many of our tamariki, like coming through to like year 12, year 13, you're starting to think about what you're doing afterwards. Mm-hmm. I was fortunate enough to be attending like careers fairs and stuff, and being guided by some of our teachers back at school, because the thing is, I did engineering at uni. Engineering was never on the radar actually until sort of the end of year 13. So
how did you even?
Yeah, I know, it's a weird one. So all I knew was that I needed to focus on what I was good at, and at school I was good at the sciences, the maths. I did okay in the English. I was still a bit fob coming through. So So focused on what I was good at, and I was real indecisive, and I mean that's with anyone really, because. It dawns on you that, wow, you're ingrained at school that what you're choosing now is going to be the rest of your life kind of thing. Like, these are big choices. It's a stressful time, bro. 100%. And so, right until the end of year 13, I was thinking, I just need to go uni. What am I going to do? Am I going to do arts? And then I thought, okay, we'll give this law thing a go, because, growing up, particularly with our Māori and Pacifica whānau, like, you either like to be successful, doctor or lawyer, the standard ones. And so I thought, we'll give this law thing a crack. And then it was right until the very end, I thought, hold on, there's this thing called engineering. Because at the end of year 13, we went to this, the uni was holding something. And I remember popping into engineering school because I think the stereotype is that, not the stereotype, but the old school thinking is that engineering, you're more a mechanic, like you're fixing cars, you're doing this, you're doing
That's what
that.
people think. I thought the same thing.
Yeah. So had the opportunity to pop into the union and dive a bit deeper into that thing. And it wasn't until then that we learned that it's so broad. Engineering in a nutshell, boiled right down, is problem solving.
Yeah.
And there's different facets of engineering. So like you got your computer sciences, your software engineering, you got your health sciences, so you've got your biomedical engineering, You got your civil engineering, which is what I'm doing, and then even like electrical engineering, and there's even several different sub branches. So engineering school was it was great, that little visit, because we got to dive into like a little mini lecture for each of those things. So like software engineering, for example, those that wanted to do be a part of Google, be a part of Microsoft, be a part of like, you know, what Spotify is now, like, you know, so that was more programming. So like that was what you would get into, as software engineering. So the likes of prosthetics, you'd get into biomedical and robotics engineering.
What?
Yeah, man, it really dove into like a lot of things. And then civil, civil's a bit of a funny one, because you can go into sort of two different branches. So civil engineering, there's the consultancy branch, where you can go, and that's more into like the designing of buildings, the designing of bridges, because you need to know, you know, what sort of loads it has on it, what sort of capacities.
Very important job.
Yeah, man. So, and then you can dive into the delivery aspect, which is the more what we call contracting. And that's more where you're actually building the stuff. So you've got the design, that phase, and then you've got the delivery phase, which is where you're actually constructing. And I did when I was at uni, I thought, civil, you know, I want to get into more of this stuff, because it was around that time. It was probably fresh. It was like maybe a year or two after the riots in Tonga, and we had. Me and the family, we actually visited, and I've got a cousin that stays in the city centre, and we went through, and just to see, you know, buildings that I knew for ages growing up, like in rubble, like in the state of like turmoil. And I was, you know, I think maybe subconsciously something ticked over, and I thought maybe getting into building, you know, was my way of giving back or something like that.
So that's like your why.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I say, subconsciously, like I didn't think about it at the time. Like, oh man, this is what I want to do. Like I want to bloody. But I think it's something was really like maybe sparked back then, and so I was like, oh, let's try out the civil engineering. So I switched from law into engineering, civil engineering, and so that's pretty much what we did after high school. But yeah, man, it wasn't without its challenges. I took the scenic route through uni, which is what my mum would say. Yeah. So it's what's meant to be a 4-year degree.
Ended up being a 13.
Yeah, exactly. I'm still learning, bro. Ended up being 5.5.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but so you know, everyone has their own journeys.
Yeah,
exactly. And you know, depending on how serious you take it, you make of it what you will. Because honestly, going into uni, you don't have teachers to fall back on, and that's something that I think our you really need to adjust to when you finish high school. Is like, there's no one to keep patting you on the back.
You're just an adult straight away.
Yeah,
and you
100%.
don't have like man, I struggled with that so much.
Yeah, bro.
And you don't have like a reminder being like, hey, remember you've got an assignment due tomorrow.
That's it, bro.
It's mum being like, do you have anything due tomorrow? You're like, oh my days, I'm going to have to stay up all night and do this assignment.
That's it, bro. And one thing, I remember, it's so vivid, bro. Like, going from Tamaki, like, you know, we got our school roll back then was maybe 650. And I remember our year 13 class, our form class was like maybe like, I think there was 15 of us.
Okay. Wow.
My first class at uni, we filled this lecture room, which is called K. Edgar, and K. Edgar is one of the biggest lecture rooms it was at the time at Auckland, and I think that's got a capacity of like 400. Yeah, man, and the room was filled, bro. It was full.
And you were just like...
And I'm just turning up. I'm like, holy... This is my whole school in this room, man. Like, you know, so that really, like, it was like, oh, shucks.
It's a culture shock, eh?
It's a culture shock, bro. We're in the real world now, man. Like, yeah, it was barzy.
I think the thing that freaked me the most out about uni is, like, there's all these, like, fresh 18-year-olds that are just rocking up. But then there's also, like, 40-year-olds and 50-year-olds. And they're like here, they're sitting down the front, they're locked in, and you kind of look at them and you're like, oh my gosh, am I like... I think the culture shock thing is such a
it's like, understated, bro.
100.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
And just that support. But then again, at the end of the day, like, as like an 18-year-old, like, you should be an adult, I guess.
Yeah.
But then it's like, man, I would love to have someone just... We had a couple of like great like people that would just like check in on us young boys. But man, it's intense, eh?
Bro. Yeah, man.
So then, okay, so you go to uni, you do your 5.5 year degree, and then what happens next?
Yeah, so we're really fortunate in engineering school is that you come out. I forgot what the term was. Well, it's a type of degree that you come out with already looking with great job prospects.
Oh, okay.
So during uni, when you're nearing your finish, you can actually start applying to all these companies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So you're pretty well set up. I mean, put aside all the debt.
Yeah.
So vocational, that's what it's called. A vocational degree. So you come out, already applying to all these places, and you're pretty much not guaranteed. It's still dependent upon how you interview. And so I was lucky enough to have a few offers and landed myself over at Downer.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I took I took my chances with Downer and was with them for about maybe 5 years it was. So I went through their graduate program. So a lot of these companies, they'll have a graduate program to transition you into from being a student, being really green, not knowing how to handle a construction site. You don't know all the hazards yet. You're not, because a lot of that safety will come as experience.
Yep.
Like, or you don't know how much say a tipper truck's going to roll back if the handbrake's not engaged, kind of thing. Like all that jazz.
You don't even think of.
Yeah, blind spots for excavation diggers, all of that stuff. Like, so there's a graduate program for a lot of companies. They take you through that. It's generally sort of 1 to 2 years.
Okay.
And then from that, you become a sort of fully fledged. If you're on the delivery side, you become a fully fledged sort of site engineer.
Okay.
So that's what I did after uni. I took my chances with Downer, and they're a really good, man. Their program was like top notch. The person running that was really engaging and really encouraging of youth. So that graduate program really it encouraged free thinking, but also exposed you to a lot of things. So we did a rotation.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is we were chucked on all these different projects, these different branches of the company. So Downer at the time had like a pavement, so a lot of asphalt plant stuff.
Okay.
So you could spend time in the lab. And they also had a major projects division. So I spent time, how long was it? Like maybe 9-10 months on the Chatham Islands, bro.
What?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So they were building, they were upgrading the wharf out there, bro.
So you lived on the Chatham Islands?
Lived on the Chatham Islands. Well, it was like a fly-flow situation.
Oh, okay.
So spent 3 weeks on, 1 week off.
What?
Yeah, man, it was crazy. And I mean, for those of you that don't know, Chatham Islands is one of the more remote places
What's
of
the
New
population?
Zealand.
It'd be
It ebbs and flows. So at its most, so that's during summer when kids come back for holidays. It's around 400. So 400 people on this island. I think it was. It's probably the size. It's like the size of East Auckland. So I think like a little less than Hamilton.
Yeah.
I think the surface area. But yeah, man, it was I got to venture out there. I got chucked on Greyland School, so there was an upgrade at Greyland School a couple of years back that I was a part of. Where else? I got chucked on downtown projects, so that was the revamp of the wharf terminal and that area that they've got trampolines in now.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah, so that graduate program was second to none, man. It was pretty
crazy.
It was pretty banging. But yeah, so that's where I went to after uni, bro.
Man, that's hectic.
Yeah.
So you do. I mean, there's so much that you just spoke about that we can unpack. But like, I suppose if we keep kind of going through your life, and so you work for Downer for 5 years. I know you did do some travel.
Yeah.
Did that come after the Downer or not?
Yes,
just yet?
yes, no. So that came after the Downer. It was what I wanted to do was have a bit of experience, cut my teeth here in the industry in New Zealand, and then think about elsewhere. So you know, the general move is that you go to Oz, you know, more money and everything there. But I had always wanted to go to the UK, bro. I had a cousin go there for part of a course that the Tongan Army did. So he spent some time over there, and I was like, man, that'll be pretty trippy, because that's literally as far as you can get from New Zealand, bro. That's the other side of the world to New Zealand. And so that had always been on my mind. And so finishing uni, I thought I'll get a bit of experience. Thought maybe I will check out Oz, but I thought, nah, stuff it, man. We'll go all the way.
Bro, just
man.
pack it up in a suitcase.
Yeah. So went for a little reconnaissance trip in 2018.
Okay.
So that's when I went with Mace
Oh,
and
yes.
Pulse. Yeah. So that's
Did
when
your Croatia?
we did
everything.
We did everything, bro. You know, we did
the boys trip.
We did the hard and fast. Yeah. So we spent I think that was maybe 5 weeks there doing exactly what you did with Pare. And that was a bit of a reconnaissance, and I had linked up with some mates that I had in London, who were a few years older than me at uni. So I knew them from uni, and they're
just to see what it's like.
Just to see what it's like, and just bounce off them, like, oh, is it really that hard to find work? You know, what's the transition like? And that's the thing too. So at uni, because we're a minority, like I said, bro, there was in my first class there was maybe 400 people.
Yeah.
There's probably like 20 islanders in that class. But because we're a minority, we're really tight. We stuck quite closely to each other, and we actually have our own student association within engineering school called SPIES. So South Pacific Indigenous Engineering Students. It was called PIES, but you know, there's a bit of a negative connotation there, bro. You know, better not.
The S on.
Yeah. So we better chuck in the S, you know. So
just so we don't get bullied.
Yeah. So we had our own student association, and you know that made networks for life, man.
Yeah.
And it played exactly into this situation. So we had some mates that had done the move already. They're a few years older than me. They'd gone there. They'd been through it all. And so I spent that trip, that little reconnaissance trip, linking up with them and just picking their brains about it. And man, just talking to them, I was like, nah, this is doable, bro. Let's do it. So then the following year in 2019,
what was the next year that you did it?
It was the next year, bro. It was the following year that I went over. Yeah.
So quit your job, pack it back. Did you have something sorted for you over there? Or
nah. So this is a funny story, bro. Funny story. So as with anything, over there, it's bigger everything, you know, more people, more work, different cultures. So to put into context, you know, New Zealand, what are we, 5 mil now, 5.5 mil. Auckland, I think 1.5 mil.
Yep.
London is 9.5 million people,
and the city is so small.
And the city is probably smaller than Auckland, bro. Yeah. Yeah, well, greater Auckland, you know, if you're going from
it's just hectic
it's crazy.
Over there.
Yeah, you know what it's like. It's barzy.
Yeah, but see, we did the in and out. We did the hard. We were only in London for maybe four nights all up.
Yeah.
You lived there. How long did you end up living there for?
Oh, bro, it was nearly 5 years, man.
Holy,
it was nearly 5 years. It was it's crazy. But yeah, so like I say, it's everything's just bigger. So I quit my job. You know, I had booked flights. We stopped over in Melbourne for a little while, and then flew into London. So landed Thursday.
Yep.
My mate. So it's really big on networks over there. My mate linked me up with a recruitment agency before we landed there. So while I was in Melbourne, my mate's already like, hey, I got this guy coming over. I worked with him back in New Zealand. Sweet. Landed Thursday. Interview Friday. Started work on Monday, bro. It was mad, man. I'm still getting over the jet lag. I'm like, do I even have work shirts? You know, do I even man. So, but that was an indication of how busy it was over there, man. Work was just like, it was everywhere. Yeah.
So in terms of the work that you're doing over there, is there, like, is it quite similar? Like, are there many similarities?
Yeah, bro.
Or differences to what you're doing over there compared to what you're doing here?
Nah, man. So, and that's the benefit of the UK too. Is there's not that much of a culture shock. Jumping over there. So, like, you know, if you were to work in Spain or even the Netherlands or something, you know, there's the language barrier.
Yep.
There's the fact that you might not work in meters, or you might work in inches and feet as opposed to yeah. So there's there wasn't that much of a change. What was different though was, and everyone over there would tell me, bro, is that they love Kiwis and Aussies because our work ethic is crazy compared to theirs, bro. Which is a bit of a good thing, but also a bad thing, bro. Like
High expectations.
high expectations, but also we're perfectionists over here to some degree. You know, if we stuff something up at 5 o'clock, we're staying.
Yeah.
We're staying till 8 o'clock or whatever time it is to get it sorted. Over there, bro, it was more like 5 o'clock, someone else's problem. You know, it's like. It's just, and I put it down to just having too many, like so much work and so many people over there. Like, but yeah, it's a double-edged blade. So there's that aspect, like, you know, at 5:30, you know, there's something going wrong with a concrete pour. I'm trying to call people, no one's answering. So you know, there's that issue. But on the flip side of that, over there you say you're taking a holiday. Oh, I'm off next week. I'm going to blah blah blah. Oh, easy. Don't even bat an eyelid. Over here, you know, there's a bit of a mantra like, oh, I'm going to go on holiday. Oh, again. Yeah. You know. So there's that kind of.
Okay, so there is your pluses and minuses. Of it.
Yeah. So there's that kind of dynamic, I suppose. Other than that, it was just business as usual. Everything else was, you know, you always have your work dramas, but.
Yeah.
You know, it was a bit funnier over there because you're mixing the passion of the Italians and the Spanish. It's funny, bro.
5 years, man. What a cool experience.
Yeah, bro.
Like that thing you'll hold on to for life. Like, that's
100%,
so cool.
100%, bro. It's and you know, made some lifelong friends over there. Visited a lot of places, and you know, got a list that you know I'll do. That I want to do if I ever go back there. You know, there's a lot of other places I want to tick off. So. It was great, man. It was great.
So if we look back at primary school at Point England, Tamaki College even, like what was do you remember some of like your early opportunities to create using some sort of digital technologies at school? Does your brain go back that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. There's a lot of gaps, but definitely, bro. There's I got some really fond memories of I don't know whether you're still doing it now. The news.
Yes.
Oh yes. PNN. Oh man, like it used to be the highlight of our day, being a part of that, and then seeing yourself up on the tally, because every classroom used to have a tally in the corner.
Yeah.
And, you know, just to see your mates as well, like just to have that kind of exposure. And I think that was the first, I suppose, yeah, bro. That's our first foray into sort of public speaking, bro. And I think that really set a lot of us up in that class to be able to communicate effectively, bro. So being a part of PNN news, and also, and I have vivid memories of I can't remember what the software was, but on those iMacs, those multicolored iMacs, bro, those old school ones. Yeah,
you wouldn't have used Hyper Studio, was it?
Hyper Studio. That's what I was trying to remember what it's called. Yeah, bro. Oh man, Hyper Studio. Yes, because I was like FL Studio. No, Hyper Studio, bro. Yes. Oh, we use that to make oh, bro, this is going right back. We used that to make animations for our production for 1 year. And I remember, I had, was it James Brown, I think, on one of the I Feel Good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I made an animation because the production that year was something about a tree. And each of us were tasked with making an animation about what would a bug be doing if you zoomed in on that tree. And like I remember I had this little beetle taking a shower, and he's singing to the song and all that, using Hyper Studios, bro, doing every frame, you know, doing, you know, exporting it and all that. And I was like, man, that's a throwback. So I think that really introduced us into the possibilities of what technology and computers can do, bro. Like, oh, shucks.
Throwback vibes.
That's a throwback, man. I want to dig that up now.
Yeah, that's cool. I still remember, like, they even we're actually doing a new production this year.
Yeah.
But about maybe 3 or 4 years ago, when Mr. J was doing them, and he was. They were a lot of the backgrounds of all of them were all the kids' animations.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
cool, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, Hyper Studio, that was great.
Studio,
Copy and paste all the different slides,
bro.
change it a little bit, and then make your like stop go animation movie.
Yo,
Yeah.
oh man, and we also made this was the days of I think it was Netscape Navigator.
Oh, I'm not too sure.
Oh,
About
this
that
was way back, bro. We even had opportunities to make a web page. Yeah, I remember quite vividly making web pages, and I think we had to make one about the moon and all the facts he knew about the moon, and we listed them. Yeah, shout out Mrs. Burt. Sharks, that's a throwback, and that's like I say, that PNN news set us up in terms of communication, delivery, public speaking, and even just pronunciation of words. The stuff we did for the production and the stuff we did for the web pages, I think that helped us to understand more about the going-ons behind the scenes. Because now you scroll through a web page, not thinking about it, but you got to think about what the programming looks like, what the code, and even. Yeah, to this day, I got an appreciation for animation, bro, because I remember doing each slide, and trying to compile it. Yeah,
the
bro.
admin and the hustle that goes
bro.
by.
Yeah, man, and trying to he was walking using this arm. You got to change it to that arm. You got to all of that, bro.
It's so much that people don't think about, like animating
That's it.
like a cartoon image
That's it.
of like the elbows and then turning the head. Like there's so much to it.
All of that, bro. Yeah, man. So I got really fond memories of pointing and the reason why I do is because we weren't really exposed into that when I went over to Bucklands Beach.
Okay.
So I had a lot going for it at the time, sure, but we didn't have as much as exposure. Like I think we still used Hyper Studios to do. I think we just started using Photoshop back then.
Okay.
And that was great, but we didn't have the capability to be involved in the production per se. Like, this was more so, put your face on the Hulk,
Yeah, see that. Yeah. So I suppose now taking us through back to Tamaki College or forward to Tamaki College from where we were at primary. What kind of do you think at Tamaki College like set you up to succeed when you got to university?
I think so. Like I say, in year 12 and 13, it kind of dawned upon us that you're making big decisions, that you're setting yourself up for the rest of your life, and that started from the teachers, bro. So, big up to all the staff that are putting up with us, man, in year 12 and 13, because, man, I just know we had mouths, bro. Like and. We think we know it all then, we had all the attitude, the swag, nah, we'll be all right, you don't know anything, miss, you don't know anything, sir. Like, so shout out to all the teachers putting up with that. But, they kept saying, sharpen up, man. You're going into the real world. You're going into the big, bad world. And you think at that age, no, I know the big, bad world. I've been out hanging out with the boys on the street. But, I think it was those upfront chats from the teachers that really hammered it home. The support and also the additional hours, like Miss Davids, my calculus teacher, bro, would be on a Saturday, bro, coming into school for study class, because she was like, I'm gonna call your house to make sure you're coming to study class. And there's our calculus class was probably 8 of us, man, and she's got lunch for us, man. So it's all those little things, bro.
Shout out Miss David, man.
Shout out Miss Davids, man. Yeah, bro. All the extracurricular stuff, and so that helped us in terms of bumping up our results and also instilling the work ethic. I mean, a lot of it probably I took for granted at the time, but and there was an element of babying, sure, but that's and that what was it they were instilling was the fact that you need to put in your own time. So the fact we're coming on Saturdays, that's giving up our own time, and that's what set us up at uni, because at uni you're responsible for your own study, bro. There's no one saying. I think we touched on it before. There's no one chasing you up saying, hey, have you done this and this because it's due tomorrow?
It's just
Hey, this is due this date. It's up to you to send it over to me. And if it's not, fail. Yeah, like you say, bro.
The thing is, like if you fail it, you have to reapply for the paper, and then your student loan gets
bro.
And
that's the thing too. Yeah. And I've said it to my sisters in particular. You know who you're paying for it, bro. Yeah, it's coming out of your student loan. You may not think it at the time, but as soon as you finish and you start paying it back,
the next
it's like
5 years.
It's
like $250 a pay or something.
Yeah, bro.
It like starts piling up.
Yeah, bro. So it's yeah, definitely. So yeah, there was a lot of support coming through high school, and just instilling a few values here and there. Granted, a lot of it may not have carried over in my first year, but it definitely came through after that. So.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I think you're right. There's, I think at the end of the day, it's people. I think you're lucky enough that you had some great people that surrounded yourself with.
Yeah.
And well, not lucky enough. You chose those people, and I think that. I think you're lucky enough they hung around you.
That's it, bro. That's it. No, 100%. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to those who put up with us, bro.
I know what you mean. It's like I think of the Tamaki College staff like that, and just even the OGs ones that I know. I mean, Miss Ferguson's been brought up heaps on this podcast,
bro. And she was always down to support, like help us out, because I took graphics as well.
Oh yeah, that's her baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Which and a lot of it was to do with because she was the teacher. I was like, oh man, she's the bomb. I want to do that, and she really helped me out because there's a paper in first year engineering called what was it called? It's to do with design. It's graphic modeling and designing, I think it was.
Okay.
But there's a modeling paper, and what she took us through, the fundamentals of that really fed into this, so like isometric drawings and 3D drawings and everything that she taught us. Set me up in great stead, bro, and I smashed that paper, bro. Yeah, that was one of the only things I smashed in first year, bro, because, man, engineering first year is so hard, bro.
Yeah.
But, I love Miss Ferguson, and when I lived over in the UK, I adopted her mum.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. So her mum, she's from the north. But yeah, so I adopted her grandma. I called her my Palangi nan. Yeah, so she was my nan, and it was everything you think of a nan. So I visited her a couple times when I was over there. I think maybe 2 or 3 times. And man, every time I go up, she would have baking there, bro. She would have a feed ready, and I'm like, hey nan, how are you? And you know what's funny, bro? She'll tell her neighbors and everyone that I'm coming over.
Oh, cute.
And when I'm there,
she's like proud of your grandson.
Man, when I'm there, you just hear a knock on the door. Oh, hey, I just thought can I borrow some sugar or something? You know, I just wanted to pop by. And then when they'll leave, Nan would be like, oh yeah, she knew you were here, so she just wanted to come and have a nosy. And I'm cracking up.
I've spoken to other people who are very much the same in terms of the relationship with your teachers is real to the point where it's not weird to see them around. You actually are like interested in like saying hello and like sharing sharing the things that you're doing in your life with them because you know they're genuinely interested.
100%.
And that's rare.
Yeah.
Like, well, I guess we'll move on. Something that I would love to know, and I'm sure our listeners would as well, is so now you're working with what business are you with now?
Fletcher.
Yeah. So what does like a normal-ish day look like for you as an engineer? For people that may even want to get into engineering.
Yeah, no, that's a great question, bro. Because like I mentioned before, it's a lot of people are a bit unsure about what it actually entails.
Like, are you in the office? Are you on the floor? Are you like?
Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that like particularly with civil, I'll only talk about civil because I'm most familiar with it.
Okay,
is that you can like I said you can take 2 different paths. So you can go the consultancy path, which is the design path, and that's when you're more in the office. You're plugging away, sort of normal office hours, but you're involved in things like bridges, high rises, and you're assessing the loads and everything, or the capacities that these certain structures can withhold. Or even with roading, you've got to understand how many vehicles will be driving on that certain road, and build up the depths and stuff of concrete and asphalt, depending on how much it's expecting. So
technical.
it's real technical. So that's a purely technical.
And that's probably like nothing compared to some of the stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%, man, 100%. So there's that avenue that you can go, and then there's the avenue that I've taken, which is, like I say, the delivery aspect, which is what we call we call it contracting. And it's delivery focused, and where you start is on the ground with the team, and boiled right down. You're almost like a project manager, and the four tenets, a couple of the tenets of project managing. You want to deliver something on time, within budget, have a high quality, and also safely.
Okay.
So a lot of the time, regardless of how senior you are, that's what you're trying to achieve.
Okay.
When you start off as a site engineer, you're more involved with the guys, so you're going to need to do things like setup or survey.
Okay.
So you're making sure that the boys want to build a foundation for a building. Cool. Make sure it's in the right place. So you'll look after setup. You'll look after procurement. So, cool, I want to build this foundation. Where am I getting concrete from? So you've got to start calling suppliers. You've got to start coordinating.
Everything.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. Project, like boiled right down, it's sort of project management. So you've got set out.
And so you're making these calls?
Procurement. Yeah. To some extent. So so whether you're a site engineer, project engineer, project manager, this is what you're sort of doing those four things, but at different levels. So like I say, site engineer, you're more on the ground. That's what you're sorting out, set out. You're doing a bit of procurement, and to some extent a little bit of programming, and what else? Programming, and also a lot of the quality.
Okay.
So quality, what that means is, cool, I've got a foundation for a building. Where are the records to tell me that this is 20 MPa concrete? So I've got to collate all those records. Where's the record to say that I've actually poured it to this thickness? Okay, this is the check sheet that I said it's going to be 100 mil thick. All of that stuff. So there's the quality aspect as well. When you're moving to a more senior role, the higher you go, you're dealing more. You're away from that stuff, and you're dealing more with people. So the position I'm in, I've got a team of four. Three engineers now that are doing that sort of thing, and so you're coordinating those people.
Oh, I
so
see.
The higher you go, it's and
less on the you're more less with the hard hat doing the dirty stuff. You're more managing people.
And
making the decisions.
Yes, and
which is harder.
It's harder, bro. Way harder. A very wise man told me the hardest resource. So you've got time, you've got money, you've got skill set, but you also, you've got people. And the hardest resource to manage is people, because you've got so many factors playing into that. Everyone's got a life. And work isn't everything, like we mentioned. So the higher you go, the more people you have to deal with. So my day entails sort of coordinating the teams. It's a lot of meetings, bro. A lot of meetings. There'll be the odd occasion when I need to go out to site and just touch base with the team. So what I like to do is 7 o'clock in the morning, we have what's called a pre-start, and that's when the teams will gather around, have a little bit of a reflection on the day before. Anything safety-wise that occurred yesterday, anything quality-wise that occurred yesterday, and then we'll start talking about what we're doing for today's works.
Okay.
So it's I'll usually attend that. From that, I'll catch up with the site foreman or site supervisor, as well as my team, and just see, hey, any issues that we've got that we think will pop up today? Nah, sweet. So I'll pop back to the office, and like I say, it's a bit more coordination of the teams, and that I'll start looking into what's coming up in, say, maybe 4 to 6 weeks time.
Oh, okay.
The team will be looking after the day-to-days.
I get you.
Yeah.
Plan ahead for next
yeah. So I'll be I'll be unlocking or just paving the way for the next 3 weeks.
But you're still on call.
But still on call, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah, amongst all that, there's still the odd fire that pops up on the day-to-day that
straight down
that
to
you
the
need to
site.
pop up.
Yeah.
You need to put out. Yeah. So it's a lot of juggling, bro. And very recently, it's been pretty hectic, man.
So where are you based at? Where's your team based at the moment?
So currently we're on Eastern Busway. So we're
okay.
on the project that extends the busway from Pakuranga all the way out to Botany.
That's the bridge.
Yeah, it includes the bridge.
That's a
Yeah,
part of it?
so a part of it. Yeah, so a part of it was the flyover
Oh, yeah.
to take away the traffic from that intersection.
Yes.
At the bottom,
That's
because
the one, the Pakuranga one,
Yeah.
when you go up St. Kitts on the left.
correct.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. And the intent for that was
That's a big job.
oh, bro, the intent for that was to take away the traffic because underneath it is going to be the new bus lanes.
Oh.
Yeah. And so the bus lanes, they'll extend all the way out to Botany. And I'm responsible for the part at the Botany, and that's where the bus depot was. There's a bus depot and a car wash there, so that's my little pocket. That's my little station. Yeah, man. So that's currently what we're working on at the moment is the busway. Yeah.
I suppose you have some more stressful days than others.
Oh yeah, man. Like I say, recently it's been a bit of a slog, but yeah, when you step back, it's like, especially when you have something tangible like a big ass retaining wall or a bridge or like a section of motorway. It's really satisfying, bro, to say, oh yeah, I was part of that.
hard.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So if we so that's kind of we looked back 20-ish years ish to primary
Hard
and
on the
college,
ish, bro. Hard on the ish, bro.
and then we look to now.
Yeah.
And where you're at in terms of your career. If you look forward maybe 10 to 20 years, I mean, as part of Manaiakalani, we look at ourselves as lifelong learners. And we always have goals. And I mean, what's something that you have in mind for yourself? Have you thought of in 10 to 20 years? Like, where do you see yourself?
Yeah, man, it's funny you say, because I've kind of got two sort of goals, and one of them's not really professional.
No, that's all right. Well, what is it?
Oh, bro, I want to own a pub, eh? I want to own a pub one day, bro. Whether it be here or in the islands. So yeah, so that's one thing I'll gun for. But professionally, like I've got a few people to look up to. So there's a few fellas in the industry, Samoan too, like islanders as well. They're really high up, and I've already started picking their brains to see what it takes to be at that level. Cause so there's just keep progressing. So like I mentioned in my profession, you get to be a sort of project manager, and then it sounds really vague, but when you're in that realm, then you can start thinking about construction managing and project director. Like that's what the steps look like.
Is the ladder quite long?
It is
Like
yeah,
there's
bro.
a lot of like opportunities to keep stepping up.
Keep stepping up.
Okay.
Yes. And I'm still deciding as to what the path forward looks like, but in the next 5 years, definitely just maintain my trajectory, keep growing in my space. So I'm currently a project engineer. I'll probably be a senior project engineer soon, and then from that sort of project managing. But yeah, man, just keep plugging away. I don't want to say I've got aspirations to target like a project director role, because I've seen the sacrifices that have to be made to be at that level, man,
thing, eh?
and it's crazy. So just being realistic with myself at the moment.
No, cool.
Yeah.
Like
So
that does, the big bucks do come in then, but then it's like, what do I miss out on my life?
that's it, bro.
And like what you love right now about your life,
Yeah.
that's like, it's hard, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But the pub's cool.
the pub, bro. Yeah.
I like that idea.
That's
Is there
sort
any
of
reason to like? Is there any reason behind that, or is it just something you've always wanted?
I think the UK pub culture really really set that off. But at the same time, I think it really speaks to me, bro, as a person, because I'm big on socializing. I'm big on
Communicate the connections,
connections, and we're better a place, bro.
And you know our family's going to be down there all the time, hanging out with you guys.
100%, bro. So we can
We can work on that.
We can work on that, and that's almost. I don't have to talk about investment because that's the fam's got us. But, but that's just a quiet. That's just a side hustle. I'm hoping to get into, but definitely in terms of professional, bro. Like just keep plugging away at what I'm doing, keep progressing. But at the moment, no major aspirations to hit the really senior roles because we're definitely underrepresented.
That's the one.
Underrepresented in those spaces. So like I said, there's only one or two fellas that I know, that are in that realm. Both Samoans. Maybe I need to, get the Tongans up to get the red flags up there. But yeah, like I said, at the same time, I've seen the sacrifices that some people have had to make. Sure, everyone's got a different journey. So you're not sacrificing as much as opposed to some other person, but it definitely takes a whole lot of hard work. It's just being real with whether that's what I want or not. But
a couple of final questions we have. The first one is just like a quick little shout out to someone that could be anyone at all, could be outside the box, could be someone close to you that you think made a difference in your life to helping you succeed.
Bro, that's
a lot of people.
That's a massive question, bro.
It is.
Like, cause there's no one person, bro.
It's not.
There's no one person. It's a village, 100%, and a lot of them, I have to say, bro, is in the education space as the teachers, bro. Because right from my formative years, like primary, coming up through high school and stuff, like you spend more time at school than you do at home, right? Like, well, almost. If you're mucking about, you have detention, right? So, but I mean, a few notable ones that come to mind, bro. Is like I said, I mentioned it before, Mrs. Burt, Mr. Munich back then. More into high school because that's a bit more fresh. But yeah, Miss Davids, Mr. Dunn, Miss Ferguson, all of them. A general shout out to everyone that's taught me, man. Like. It's like I say, the list is too long to name everyone. But a shout out to yourself in general, bro. Like it's hard being in the education space, bro. Especially nowadays, battling what kids are going through these days, bro. So yeah. Shout out to yourself, man.
Appreciate you, Kiss. Kind of. So the one last question I have to wrap up our podcast today is, what's one message or maybe a couple messages you'd like to share with adults who may not realize how students in Manaiakalani are set up to succeed?
I think it can't be understated, bro. Like I mentioned it before, is initiatives or programs like this were, I want to use a different term, the gateway or an introduction into communication, and that's really important, particularly now in this day and age. But for example, like I was saying earlier, that PNN News was set us up in a way unknowingly at the time of how we can speak, bro, like not just publicly, but like eloquently, if that means anything, like professionally, like
in different spaces.
100%. So I think that's a massive thing that I would take away from it. And also the fact that technology is expensive and it costs to have access to said technology like laptops, man. If it wasn't for the program, a lot of our kids wouldn't have access to this. So those are, I suppose, are the two things that I would like to convey onto others. The communication one, bro, is a massive one for me. Having lights in your face and being prompted. Oof.
But it's like after, like, I mean, we've got a great studio set up here, but I think it's like, it's kind of like it's not new to you. Like you've been exposed to that as a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
So like being exposed as a 7-year-old and then like having to stand up and do assignments and stand up. It's not like it's new. You see yourself on the screen and you're like, oh wow, that's cool. And then you in like a studio like this, and it's not unnormal kind of thing.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's normalizing it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Normal.
Particularly when you want to connect with what you see on the screen.
Yeah.
Right? Seeing your friends and stuff on the screen.
So cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
You get to like have a laugh, roast each other.
100%.
It's great.
100%. And also just being in a formal situation at such a young age. Like, you're so used to playing around, playing handball.
You got the teleprompter.
Yeah, teleprompter. And it's like, I remember, this is deviating a bit. But I remember having to tuck shirts in and having to make sure the collar's proper and wearing your best shirt on the day that you're going to be on screen. So all of that instilling, certain values. But the biggest one is communication, bro. For me.
Yeah, that's a mic drop moment right there.
Yeah.
That's just...
Hopefully.
But,
Hopefully.
hey, man, thanks so much for coming in. Appreciate you, and especially I know you're a busy man, so appreciate your time, especially after work. And man, I mean, what a crazy cool experience in education and through your time at university to what you're doing now with your civil engineering, and even going overseas and doing that abroad and coming back. I mean, it's such a role model for kids in our community to see what someone can do if they really put their mind to it. So,
100%.
Appreciate you, bro.
Nah, thanks for the time, bro. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, it's great. And watch the space for more. Thanks, brother.
Easy.
Appreciate you.
Cheers, bro.